Hello, my CFA friends. How are you, my friends? I hope everybody is doing great. It is the 24th of March, and I think the CFA1 results will be out in about 10 days. Also, level 1, level 2 candidates are gearing up towards their May sitting. I'm really, really rooting for you guys. I'm supporting my students as much as I can, both level 1 and level 2. But I keep getting a lot of questions, and these questions seem to be the same thing over and over again. And so instead of answering it 100 times, I thought I'll just put together a quick message to everybody, a quick video just to cover the most common questions I'm getting right now. So here are 3 of them. Can I start studying 2 months before the exam and still live to tell the tale? Okay. Then I got this one. Can I skip reading the books and just go straight into your wonderful videos? Because apparently Martin is a magic man, so he can make me pass just by watching his videos. Stay tuned to see what I'm going to say about that. And then number 3, is the CFAI practice pack worth it? It is a paid on add-on, so we're just going to look at whether it's worth spending the extra bucks on that. So if this question sounds like something you want to know the answer to, stay around and let's get started. So question 1 was about whether you can start 2 months before the exam and still survive. Look, guys, the simple answer is everything is possible. Of course, I'm not going to be the one saying, yeah, you can't do it. I'm sure you can prove me wrong. But is it worth it? First of all, yeah. So are we there to pass an exam and just pass an exam, or are we there to also learn? I always say enjoy the journey. Yeah, it's a journey. Don't focus too much on the destination, but actually travel the journey, enjoy learning. So give yourself time. There's no need to stress. Now, of course, you might have relevant background. You might have the FRM charter. You might have done a finance or investment banking at university. Everything is possible. There are students who are going to pass with fewer study hours, but the average candidate, the CFA Institute recommends approximately 300 hours for those guys. So I always like to keep that number in my mind, especially for levels 2 and 3, which of course are higher order levels. We're looking at item sets, we're looking at typing responses, open-ended responses. So the material does get more specialist and more technical. Maybe, just maybe, we can get away with fewer study hours at level 1, but don't bet on it, especially if you're a career changer. So I like the number 300 hours. And so I was thinking, let's say that on average I can study 2 hours a day. But of course, if I'm a busy professional, if I'm working 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., I'm exaggerating. Hopefully I'm not doing those hours. But obviously I can't do 2 hours that day. So maybe I'm going to be squeezing a lot of hours on the weekend, maybe 5-6 hours on Saturday, 5-6 hours on Sunday. So I kind of went for 2 times 7, 14 hours a week. Yeah, so you're going to need approximately 5 months, right? 300 hours divided by 2, it's about 150 days, which is about, let's say, 5 months. So I would say 5 months is a reasonable number. Now, if you're a career changer, you might want to give yourself a little bit more time. And if you are someone who is already a red belt in finance, you might want to give yourself a little bit less time. But again, why would you do that? They're fantastic books. Enjoy the journey, learn this stuff, okay? It's really nice stuff. And also, final disclaimer, it's not about filling in hours in a spreadsheet. It's not about clocking in and clocking out. You're not working as a security guard here who needs to clock up a certain number of hours. So it's about quality, not just quantity. So don't tell me, hey, Martin, I've done 300 hours, therefore I need to pass the exam. It's actually what you're gonna do with those 300 hours. Okay, now this one I get a lot. Can I only rely on your video? So-and-so recommended your course, which, by the way, you can pick up at stoinov.co.uk, and they pass in the 90th percentile, so I'm a little bit short on time here. Can I just dive straight into your videos and not worry about anything else in life? Okay, simple answer here, no, please don't do that. Okay, I am not a magician. I cannot make you pass purely through my hypnotic abilities, through my telepathic abilities. Okay, so I fully empathize with everybody when it comes to reading 3,000 pages, especially in the age of technology now. Okay, we all are more accustomed to consume video material and summaries. So when it comes to the books, they are fantastic books, but if you're a busy professional, I would probably recommend reading them selectively. So read with purpose. You don't need to read every single line of every single page, but if you know that something's really technical, let's say you don't understand anything about deferred taxes, well, there's no point to jump into the question straight away. You might want to first understand the intricacies of deferred taxes. So do read selectively. Also do read the paragraphs that relate to any questions that you may have gotten wrong during your practice. Now, speaking of practice with a capital P. Practice from day one. It's a common misconception that you have to study for 4 months and then suddenly shift gears in the final 5th month and do a little bit of practice there. That kind of approach is not likely to be very successful. So I need you to practice from day one. So even from day one, if you're doing some reading, let's say, or you're watching my videos on my portal, you're going to want to straight away get into some questions and actually see if you've understood basically the material, right, that you were reading. So don't be a passive learner, be an active learner. I always tell people you're not going to be learning how to ski by watching YouTube videos of people skiing down the Black Piste. So I sometimes watch those videos and I think, yeah, that's really easy. I can do that. And then I'm on the slope, far from black, of course, but I'm on the slope and I'm panic frozen, right? Because I can actually see the reality now. So make sure you practicing from day one. Okay, now the most value adding thing you can be doing in the final 4 to 8 weeks before the exam is to be doing practice exams, okay, mock exams. Now, I believe you get a couple included in your fee. Later on, we'll talk about the Institute practice spec. But what I want to tell you guys is I'm getting candidates who tell me, okay, well, I just want to do one mock. That's not enough, okay? Basically, you want to do as many mock exams as possible under time conditions, okay? So really switch that bloody phone off, okay? No distractions, my friends, for 5 hours. Take the optional break, of course, and then aim high. I'm not going to be satisfied if you tell me, Martin, I scored 55%. I don't want you to score 55%. That's fine when you start your first mock, but we want to obviously progress from that point onwards, and we want to aim as high as possible. So maybe you will pass the real exam even if you're scoring less than 75% on your practice exams. But I like the number 75, 3/4, right? So I want to aim to get 3/4 of my questions correct. That leaves 1/4 that I either didn't know because it was a fringe topic, or maybe my fingers were a little bit too fat, right? I mistyped something on the calculator, got distracted, got tired. There's a bit of allowance for error, but generally I want you to be getting 75% correct. Okay. And the other thing, you don't just do a mock and forget about it, then just move into the next mock. That's not teaching you anything at all, right? So what you want to be doing is you want to be fully debriefing all mistakes and also your lucky guesses. If you got the right answer, it's Alpha Bravo Charlie, it's 33% chance. If you got something right through luck, or maybe your thought process was not correct, then obviously you want to debrief this. One-to-one students often like to send me questions and say, hey, Martin, how would you have approached that question? Is there a trick? Is there a shortcut? So if you want, you can book me for a one-to-one Zoom session. Just DM me and we'll organize that. I recommend that everybody gets at least one session in the run-up to your exam, basically just to go over last minute worries, iron out any problems, any worries that you may be facing in the run up to your exam. Also, my on-demand course has some really tough question videos. So what you're going to do there is you're going to watch me go through the questions as if I was sitting that exam. So the best thing there is to pause the video just after I've read the question, but before I've started explaining my approach, then try to solve it and then unpause the video and see where you've deviated from, let's say, the way I would have solved that problem. Of course, I'm going to provide any tricks, any shortcuts wherever those are available. Now, is the CFA practice pack really worth it, guys? So it is an optional thing. You don't need to have it if you don't want it. It is a paid add-on. I believe students are telling me it's about couple of $100. Okay, so is it worth it? Should I be buying that thing? Well, before I answer that question, let me tell you what's in the practice spec. So for level 1, they've got 1,000 questions. So there's 1,000 standalone questions. Nice little Q bank there. Plus additional 5 practice exams. Are you guys counting? So you've got the 2 that are included in your fee, plus now you've got 5 mock exams. That's a total of 7 mock exams, my friends. This is starting to look really, really good. For level 2, I know some of my viewers are level 2 candidates, so they will be getting 750 questions and 3 mock exams. Now remember, level 2 is tougher than level 1. You're going to have item sets there. So they just give you 3 mock exams, but it's better than nothing, definitely. And they both levels include a prometric mock exam. And what that means is you basically get a chance to use the same software, the same experience as what you would be doing on exam day. And I think this is very important because you kind of need to know how to navigate the system and what it looks and feels like, so you don't have to dedicate any brain power, any energy to essentially worrying about the actual format or system on the day. So I really like the fact that you're going to practice that. And the questions are written by the writers of the actual exam. So finally, let's answer the question, is this worth it? Couple of $100. For me, my friends, it's an absolute no-brainer. You need to have this thing. Okay, so get this thing, practice it. What my one-to-one students like to do is they like to look at the learning ecosystem, do questions, and then if they don't understand something, they talk to me about those questions, right? They're nice and tough questions, but remember, my on-demand course also has some really, really tough questions. So if you do the video questions in addition to the video tuition, and then you do all this learning ecosystem questions, practice specs, you should be in a much, much stronger position and ready for the day. So instead of being nervous on the day, instead of thinking, oh, you know what, tomorrow is my exam, is it going to go well, is it going to go bad? Actually, we're going to change this, and you're going to be looking forward to this experience, and you're going to be saying, look, Martin, I'm going tomorrow and I'm gonna show them what I'm able to do. I'm going to deliver the goods. I'm gonna show off, and I'm gonna grab that level in my pocket, and eventually I'm gonna frame the big charter on my wall. So I hope this video was useful to all of you guys. If you have any further questions, drop them in the comments under the video. I will try to answer them. Thumbs up the video. Visit my website, stoyanov.co.uk. You can also, get in touch with me on LinkedIn. And I wish you all the best for all the levels of the CFA. See you in the next video.